I'll read a couple shorter poems from my last book, Rolling the Bones, poems set in Santa Barbara. This poem is called Shadow. This is the Santa Barbara of the 50s, 1950s. It's a poem of nostalgia. We have every year something called the Fiesta Parade and Old Spanish Days. It's a big cultural event, and it goes back to the 30s or the 40s. Over the years, at least when I was a kid, very famous from the radio to television, the Cisco Kid, we always had Pancho, who was Leo Carrillo, the actor Leo Carrillo from LA, would come ride in it, and once in a while, Duncan Rinaldo, who played the Cisco Kid. Shadow, Santa Barbara, California. Something at a distance, over my shoulder, dark above the winter trees with birds for leaves. The rain's been talking behind my back all day. I've had to make sense of things on my own. I tap at the window, the clouds break up like scraps of the sky floating down, like flashcards with small or capital letters scattered about, spelling nothing. And sometimes it's right on my heels or pulling at my shirt sleeve, dull as those clouds hanging, their rain-heavy heads, over the department stores and movie theaters in the gray light of the 50s, downtown where Woolworths and Silverwood stood. I'm looking again in the fly-blown window of Pelch & Sons, dust displayed on the pocket knives, pipes, El Producto cigars. There's the magazine rack with Argosy, Field and Stream, and Look. The same old-timers asleep in the chrome vinyl chairs, the standing ashtrays filled with sand. I can be 60 or 70. They can facelift another hotel, put in a Nordstrom's, another Starbucks, but nothing will move me from my spot in front of Anderson's camera, corner of State and De La Guerra, as Cisco and Pancho ride in the Fiesta Parade. And I wave my dime store sombrero, holding my mother's hand, because this is the life I have. I turn and walk down Canon Perdido, and the smoke of dreams drifts out of me like the vapor from dry ice, under the cups of carnation ice cream melting forever on the counter in the California Theater. Nobody again will ever be as rich as that boy, the one waiting outside after the double feature, gold-edged clouds to the west, wind filling his one sea blue jacket, the night spreading its stars over the mesa as his fingers trace the sparkling dots of light there where he's never lost his way. And this other poem's the last poem in the book. It's a little meditation of a sort. Actually, I got this started while I was taking a walk around the bird refuge in Santa Barbara, which is across from East Beach. It's a poem of place, and it's a poem of doubt. Looking west from Montecito late afternoon. Beneath hills of agave and eucalyptus, beneath the Spanish palms and walled estates, I look across the bird refuge to East Beach, mist in the channel, and only the outline of the islands floating vaguely on the blue, just above the tide and spindrift choruses of surf. Half of everyone I've loved is buried in the cemetery on the cliff here, or on the sea out there. I remember the tangerine trees just off the road in Greenworth Place, the overgrown bamboo. We'd drop our bikes in the high wild grass, and the clouds would trail us until we turned home with the dark. Now, I think the gulls and white-faced coots have as much of an inner life as I. The clouds keep pressing. I've been here 54 years. I don't know that I want to go anywhere else.